like to thank everybody for coming out. We're going to call to order our agenda for our called meeting for tonight. Hopefully it'll be short and sweet, and then we're going to take a break, and we're going to have a policy workshop. So if everyone would please stand, and we'll have a moment of silence and pledge the flag. Please just give your thoughts to all those that were had some damage from the tornado, especially Mr. Trent and his family. So. Thank you. Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We just got a message from Dr. May. He's tied up at the hospital, and he's going to try to get here as quickly as he can, if he can. So, time for citizens to speak in accordance with Board Policy 1.404. Anyone wishing to address the board, please come forward and state your name and address. Seeing none, we will move on. It's time to approve the regular agenda. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Thank you. Can I have a second? I'll make the second. All right. Any questions or comments? Motion on the floor is to approve the regular agenda. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. First item is to approve a system-wide licensed practical nurse. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Thank you. Can I have a second? I'll second it. Okay. Mr. Alexander?
To begin with, Dr. Gardner is going to explain the necessity for this as it relates to a special needs student.
We have a need for a licensed practical nurse in one of our extended resource programs at TA Duggar. We're doing it to make it, we're hoping that that nurse will being in there will help us with a lot of different issues that they have, deal with feedings and other things that go on, and it's specifically going to help one student, but we're hoping that it will translate. We have nurses from different health systems that are also in there. They're contracted with private insurance with parents, but they come specifically to work with one child, and we have a large number of children in there with special needs. So we're asking that you would consider approving this position.
May I have any questions?
No.
Okay. Item on the floor is to approve a system-wide licensed practical nurse position. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Next item, approve a part-time physical education teaching position at TA Duggar Junior High School. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Thank you. Can I have a second? I'll second it.
This is a project that has been brought about by Dr. Gardner and Mrs. Wilson working closely together because of numbers. And Dr. Gardner is going to explain what those are. Student numbers.
We've been working over the last several years, as you know, to increase enrollment, and we're happy to say that we have a lot of students who are interested in coming to TA Duggar this year, a place where we've, over time, kind of strategically with Ms. Wilson and Mr. Little, have been able to look at adding some part-time positions, teaching positions in different disciplines to be able to increase our enrollment. This year, however, our 6th grade is really large, partially because of our enrollment enhancement at the elementary schools and partially because of the county students that want to attend TA Duggar. Over last year, we ended the year at 558 students at TA Duggar, and with adding the part-time position you're considering now and the next item, which will be a full-time teacher, we'll be able to increase our enrollment by 52 students as of today. We now have a total of 9 students still on a waiting list that want to come in, and so 5 in 6th grade and 4 in 7th grade. And what we'll do is if we have students maybe not show up, we'll allow these other children that want to come those spots. So we feel we can never determine who will show up and not, But one thing that Mr. Little and his staff did, Mr. Van Huss talked with him about that. Maybe we need to call all the 6th grade incoming parents and see who's actually going to show up and not. And we had a great response from a lot of parents. I think that we had 2 that were going to be no-shows, and there's some parents that couldn't be reached. But we had a large number of them say yes, they were going to come, and so we feel comfortable that when we add these positions, that next year the funding will be created for those, and we'll be in good shape to make sure we can maintain that. So, thank you.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that this is a part-time certified role, and
Yes.
it's not a part-time teaching assistant. It's a certified role. So,
And we needed this position. It will be a physical education position, and we needed this position just because with the increased number of students, they have to have exploratory classes, and physical education is one that we use, and we can put students into to do that. Most of the students have, if they're not in band and those types of things, will have a double PE. So appreciate your consideration.
What did you say? Because I have the numbers from last year.
Yes.
but I don't have this year's numbers.
Okay.
What did you say the enrollment this year will be 558 at TA Duggar?
The enrollment this year will be 610 students. Okay? We were at 558 at the end of last year when we left school. And with the number of tuition students that want to come in and also the increased enrollment coming in from the elementary, we have 208 students wanting to come in the 6th grade that we can accept if we get the positions we're asking for tonight, 205 in 7th grade, and then it'll be 197 in 8th grade. And then we have 9 on a waiting list that still want to come in. So we feel that we're able to increase enrollment by 52 students.
The increased enrollment then simply sounds as if 6th grade is always heavier, isn't it?
We took students over each of the grade levels to increase it by 52. And so although our 6th grade was larger, a lot larger than usual, I'll say that we had several more
Can you give
students.
those numbers again, the breakout?
Okay. The breakout would be 208 students in 6th grade, 205 students in 7th grade, and 197 students in 8th grade.
So we're not really top-heavy anywhere. It's kind of fairly level.
It is fairly level.
Okay.
And we have a little room to grow in 8th grade if we wanted to take some more, but we didn't have any more students that wanted to come into 8th grade right now. We could take a few more there if we had students interested.
So this physical education position will cover the increased enrollment
Yes, ma'am.
that you have.
Yes.
Okay. Seems like there's something missing there. I was trying to. And what is the big reason for this increase? Or it just came up through the elementary school?
When we increased enrollment in the elementary schools, that has increased our enrollment, our starting enrollment for 6th grade at TA Duggar. But also, we had tuition students that wanted to come and be a part of TA Duggar. So,
Were these county?
yes.
Where does your largest group come from the county? Which area, do you know?
I do not know that. I mean, we could look at that and find out where they're coming from, but really, the best thing I can tell you is they're coming from all over the county to come to city schools. So we have them from Rome Mountain, and we have them from Keenberg, and we have them from Valley Forge. They're really coming from about everywhere. Happy Valley.
We also have students from Johnson City as well. Is that correct?
We do have students that come from there. Yeah. And keep in mind, too, that a year ago, we discussed with you trying to attract some people to our part-time positions, and we've allowed those employees to bring their students tuition free if they agree to come work with us on that. And that also has, I don't know, it's made a huge difference, but you know, one position at the high school, a mom came last year. She's now in a full-time role with us, but she had 4 children she brought with her from the county. And so that also helps our enrollment and enhance that. So we felt that was a good way to attract people. So I think some of the numbers also come from that.
And the word had gotten out. We have a teacher that Mr. Wright has hired who came from Arizona, who found us on the internet, and based on the scores and things of this nature and achievement of our children, decided to come and apply for a job in Elizabethton from Arizona to East Tennessee, and chose that and then applied and was elected for that job. So,
Yes.
I mean, there are good things happening here, I think.
Yes. I hope.
Excuse me, I just have a couple comments. It's a good thing to see the increased enrollment, but I guess when you see this in the 6th grade, we got to prepare for it next year, and the next year as they move on to the 7th and the 8th grades. And then if our enrollment continues to increase
We can.
at the the 6th grade level, it's something that's good that we look at this year, but we're going to have to look for it hopefully in the next couple of years.
One thing that helps us out with that is 6th grade has has more constraints than 7th and 8th grade as far as cluster averages and that type of thing. So we can afford to take a few more students in 7th and 8th grade, but there may come a time in the future, and part of the reason why I think everyone's looking at an addition to T.A. Duggar, we'd love to increase that space and have even more students come. So hopefully that'll be something that's in the near future, but we can control the numbers based on how much space that we have available. So
Where are you going to put it? Where are you going to put this classroom?
okay,
You have it. You have an open
we
classroom.
will have some teachers will be floating, and the new teacher probably will be doing that and using different classrooms within the building. This specific position we're talking about, this item, we have some open time during the day in the gymnasium, so they can run classes during that time for the first position. The second position will be a person that will be floating.
We're doing the part-time PE teacher right now. That's the one we're looking at.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I know.
okay.
Well, that building was built, when it was built in 47, 48. I know my graduating class, way years ago, there were over 200 of us.
Mm-hmm.
They are in the building.
Looks like we're back
can
to over
hold it,
200.
I guess, but I wonder where they'd go.
Where
We
would
didn't
they?
have any floating teachers at that time.
Well, we also had, when I was there as well, there were 1,100 students in that school, and you had a study hall of about 250. So that was you were able to shuffle those children quite a bit, and of course you didn't have the restriction on class sizes either then. So, but again, there were a lot of children there. You're absolutely right.
Any other questions or comments?
Thank you.
Anything else? Okay. Item on the floor is to approve a part-time physical education teaching position at T.A. Duggar Junior High School. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Did he say what this teacher's going to teach?
PE.
Only PE?
This is a part-time PE.
Oh, I thought you moved on.
Nope,
already.
we're actually voting on this one. So, did you vote on this one with us? Yes, fantastic. All opposed? Okay, motion carries. Next one is approve a teaching position at T.A. Duggar Junior High School. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Thank you. Can I have a second? Second.
Dr. Gardner. And I will say that Mr. Van Hess has worked hard on this as well.
Yes.
And they have squeezed Ms. Wilson to get a position in half. I think originally they wanted 2, but conservatism won out.
This position will be teaching math and language arts in 6th grade, and our cluster average, as I said, is smaller in 6th grade than in 7th and 8th grade, so help reduce our numbers overall. And we have the 6th grade teacher can't teach more than one subject area, so that it really helped us out. So we're just asking for 1 position, and they'll teach 2 blocks of math and 1 block of language arts.
So you want this teacher certified in math and language arts?
We're looking for 2 different certifications, or 3 possible. We're looking for a K-6 certification, possibly looking for a 400 certification, which is middle grades, 4 through 8. We're looking for 400 or 440 is the other, and that could be, there's a 5.8 and a 4.8. So the The 5-8 teacher can teach any subject in middle school. The 4-8 teacher can teach any subject in middle school, or the K-6 can teach any subject in 6th grade. And so we need the help in 6th grade. So we'll likely look at doing a combination of one of those. We'll pick one teacher with one of those 3 certifications for the job.
This one won't float.
This one actually will float. As far as they're probably going to be floating to different classrooms during planning periods, I'd say.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah.
Any other questions or comments? Ms. Armstrong, anything else?
What?
Anything else? Any questions for Dr. Gardner? All right. Item on the floor is to approve a teaching position at T.A. Duggar Junior High School. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Dr. May has asked if we could move the next meeting to Tuesday, August the 19th instead of Thursday, August the 21st. I can do it. Just check your calendar. Ms. Armstrong's going to check her calendar. We'll get in touch with Ms. Baker and see if we're able to do that.
I think that would be great. I think, I'd like it better if we have more input from all the board members when it comes to our policies. I'd like for, Dr. May to be here. And Ms.
No, I'm
Baker.
talking about our August meeting.
Oh, you're talking about our August meeting? You're
Yes.
not talking about this meeting?
No, no, no.
Okay,
I'm talking about
sorry.
August meeting.
I was already moving on to the workshop.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Look, we got to finish this one,
August
then we'll
the
move on.
19th.
Yeah. So check, check that. So, Kip,
I've got too far ahead of it.
we need a motion to adjourn, and then we will take a break and have our policy workshop. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I'll second it.